no better way to show your love than by making a special Valentine's Day treat that's not only tasty, but also good for you. This morning, mom, blogger, and chef Elizabeth Katzman is here to show us how. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So you have an array of treats, and they're all healthy for you.
I do. I brought a bunch of different stuff, but I'm going to show you how to make chocolate drops.
All right.
I think it's great to buy somebody a gift for Valentine's Day, but I think it's even nicer to make them something.
Very true.
And make them something that's good for their hearts. So we're going to start with 1/3 cup of sesame seeds, which are high in calcium. And for those of us eating a plant-based diet, we often worry if we're getting enough calcium. Sesame seeds are great for that. I'm going to add a cup of walnuts, which are high in omega-3s, heart-healthy fats. And we're going to do 1/3 cup of flax seeds, which are also high in omega-3s.
And fiber.
And fiber. I mean, of course, all of these are great sources of plant-based protein and fiber.
We were talking fiber earlier, so.
Big fiber combo. And we're going to pulse this just for a second there. And then we're going to add 1 cup of shredded coconut. And coconut has been in the media a lot lately. It's so great for your immunity, great for your heart, and it's actually really good for your metabolism. People worry about the fat in it, but it's a good kind of fat that increases your metabolism. So not a fat to be afraid of. And we're going to add a cup of raw cacao.
All right.
And it's not cocoa, it's cacao, which is raw and unprocessed. So it's really high in antioxidants and magnesium. It's great for your heart and your overall health.
Now, why do you prefer that to cocoa?
To cocoa? Because it's raw and unprocessed.
Okay. All right.
And everything in here is raw, and even the coconut, it's dehydrated, not cooked.
But the benefits of raw versus unprocessed is?
Yeah, just you want the live enzymes and to fully maximize the vitamins and nutrients in them.
All
when
right.
you cook or process anything, it always takes a little bit away.
All right. Good to know.
And then we're going to mix this up for a second. And then I transfer everything to a medium-sized bowl.
You hear so much about raw diets, so it's always good to know why is it so special.
I know it's true. You hear these buzzwords so often that it's easy to lose sight of what they actually mean and why it's important. And I think you can feel that when you eat. You know, after you eat a salad that is totally raw, I think you have so much more energy than after you eat a cooked meal.
All right.
And this is 1/3 cup of coconut oil. This is raw and unprocessed. It actually comes in a solid, so you have to warm it up. I usually put it in a cup with warm water. I try to stay away from microwaves, so the warm water around it will liquefy it.
How long does that take?
Not long. I usually put it in the cup when I first start, and by the time I get to this ingredient, it's liquefied.
That's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. And then I do 1/2 cup of raw honey, and again, this is raw and not processed, and it's not vegan. When you hear me mention the word vegan, that means no animal products or byproducts. So honey is actually an animal byproduct, but I do incorporate it into our diet. I think it's great for immunity and it's antibacterial.
It's great in tea.
It's great in tea, especially if you have a little sore throat.
Yes.
And so I mix it, and if you don't use honey, if you're totally vegan, you don't want to use honey, you can use maple syrup or agave. There's other natural sweeteners that aren't processed that you can use. And then I mix it all up. And at home, I actually put this on a baking sheet, and I have 1 or 2 drops after lunch, 1 or 2 after dinner. It satisfies that urge for something sweet, and not only is it not bad for you, but it's actually good for you. But if you're bringing this over as a gift or as a guest of someone's home, then you can put it in small cupcake holders, which I've done over here. And you want to
nice display.
Thank you. You just put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And every couple days I make another batch of these because my whole family goes through these really fast.
And so the kids like these over M&Ms or something? Not that they would ever have M&Ms, but
yeah.
It's like no M&Ms in your house, I'm betting.
There actually aren't, but they don't miss them at all. And as a matter of fact, a lot of what I talk about on my blog is to incorporate kids in this, and this is really a great meal to make with your kids. It shows them how to measure and all the ingredients. They can dump everything in and make them together. And yeah, after their meals, they usually have 1 or 2.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to try one too. All right, you can check out this recipe on myfoxdetroit.com. Dina.